All right, we just shot a show titled, Isn't My 401k a Retirement Plan? And we covered a whole bunch of good things within that show, but there's a few things that we did not cover, such as exceptions to when you might not want to take your money from a 401k plan. Because we had a whole lot of good reasons why you might want to roll your money out of your 401k plan into your IRA, such as control over that money. We talked about 59.5. Once you obtain 59.5, you have the ability in many 401k plans to move that money out. But why might you not want to take your money from a 401k plan? You have to be really careful if you choose to roll your money from a 401k plan to an IRA. Some of those reasons. One, from a cost standpoint, in many 401k plans, your employer subsidizes your cost, meaning that you might not have to pay all of the cost of your investments underneath the 401k plan, and you may not have to pay all or any of the cost to maintain that 401k plan. Chawn, in his example, he talked about having a plan advisor associated with your 401k plan. Those plan advisors don't work for free. They do cost. In many cases, your employer does pay for that cost. Underneath an IRA, if you're paying underneath the IRA, you will pay for those investment costs. If you are using an advisor, you are going to pay for that advisor. So you would want to carefully measure the cost underneath the 401k plan associated to you that you are paying versus what you would pay underneath the IRA. The other consideration is, and this is especially important, if you are looking to retire prior to age 59.5. Because underneath the IRA, there are very few exceptions in which you can take the money out of the IRA under the age of 59.5 and not have to pay the IRS 10% early withdrawal penalty. Underneath the 401k plan, there is a very little known rule that says if you are working with the employer after the age of 55, you retire or you separate service and you leave the money underneath that same employer 401k plan, then you can take the money out of that 401k plan, use it for whatever you want to, including your retirement expenses, and not have to pay the early withdrawal 10% penalty. And that 55 rule applies to almost everybody, but also for public service workers like firefighters and police officers. That age is not 55, it's age 50. So there's very little known exceptions that you have to pay attention to dependent upon your situation, what you're trying to accomplish, and all the variables that go into your retirement plan, especially as you get closer to wanting to retire. So you have to pay attention to all of these rules and exceptions when making these decisions, which brings us back to the main theme of the show, which is to make sure you have your customized retirement plan that demonstrates what you should be doing from a risk standpoint and how you should be handling your 401k investments. Do you roll? Do you not roll? And then you know the decisions you're making with your retirement plan are the best decisions for you, and it's going to allow you to have the best avenue to and through retirement. So that was a lot of information. Check out the show for even more information. And if you have questions on your 401k plan or your retirement plan, schedule a Retire Ready call. Go to retirereadycall.com.